Chad's trying to make a... He's got some sort of message. It's hard to tell what it is just yet. But
that might be the best point he's ever made on a desk.
Yeah, it's up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Deep analysis, deep theory about picking teams to win.
I've got energy.
You got energy?
I wasn't playing along with the duct tape thing, but I have energy.
What did he call it? He called it masking tape?
Yeah.
You called it duct tape?
I'm assuming it was duct tape. It had the color of duct tape. I didn't actually see the tape close up, so I don't know if it was maybe a different material that I'm thinking, but...
I think it is. We call it gaffer tape in...
It's kind of weird.
Don't know why.
On a similar vein, we used to have a guy who played Counter-Strike like way back when. His alias was Duct Tape Messiah, which I think is the best name ever.
Great name.
Yeah.
A really good name, in fact. So, you've got NRG. I think I picked NRG as well. I just think it's going to be a great match. I think it's going to be really fun. As you said, domestic matchup. They like to play each other, and we're going to get right into the action already. Renegades on the T side, NRG on the CT side.
This is also going to be similar to what we just kind of experienced with Na'Vi. Is just which team are we going to get? Which NRG? Are we going to get the one that started this tournament, the one that we saw in Dallas or at Sydney? Or are we going to get the one that we saw yesterday play a very strong match? To even get to this point. Look at the aggression as well from the CT side. Pop Flash going to be coming in. They are blind, but they're pre-firing the angle. Good trades, though, all across the board, and now Fugly's just got to get out of there. Ozza coming out of the door with the perfect timing, and it's all on to Ethan.
Yep, he's going to have to hit one of these shots very soon, and he's going to get hunted down. He actually did hit the headshot on Ustilo, and that's one more coming in. Cirque, who was playing he gets one more in. That's beautiful play. Cirque finishing the round. What a little hero.
Just putting him down. That is some very nice shots right at the end. I don't think Renegades expected him to be there, but that's also part of the thing, and you see this frequently, is that kind of an aggressive play allows the call, you get all the information as well, so even if it's even trading, you at least get the players from the B bombs that are there before the bomb gets planted. You could see even if they did go down, he would have them locked in, he would know exactly where both players were, so just some stellar shots from Cirque right at the end, and Jacob choosing not to go for the plant means they're going to be on pistols this round rather than saving for the AKs in the next one.
That's an interesting and obviously an explosive beginning to this game. It looked like it was going Renegade's way because that last player that they had coming out of Squeak,
yes,
that was the thing that tilted it in their favor.
That was perfect timing on when he decided to, because you do kind of have to bait when you're in that position, when you're the sole player there, and he did a phenomenal job. Got 2 kills out of it and was able to clear out the site for him. It's just Cirque does him one better, does him dirty. So, very measured round from Renegades as they're just kind of probing across the map.
What's Hazard doing? Yeah, Ethan was getting really bored with that.
Listen, I've had enough. Well, another pop flash maybe? No, they're just going to go for the dry peek. And actually, this is so dangerous. Falmus isn't going to do the work. Breeze spins around, but again, it's basically the same exact round we just played. This time, though, much cleaner win for Renegades. I'm not entirely sure why NRG decided to get aggressive there, but they're going to be forced back.
Yeah, that might have been a very costly mistake. In fact, Fugly and Cirque just already falling back. They don't even want to try it. There is armor on the other team, so
yeah.
Wow. It is kind of hard to explain why they felt the sudden need to go and do that.
Well, without a pop flash as well. Why not just use a pop flash?
Those come highly recommended.
Use the tools that are available to you. So Renegades respond immediately on the second round. Just essentially, it feels like I said, same exact round that we just witnessed. Even with Ozza popping out of the door at the perfect moment to mop up that defense, and the trades this time aren't as effective for NRG. You could see, I think that was that Breeze who was that last player who did kind of spin and kind of saw Ozza popping out, but just couldn't complete that kill. That would have been great if he was able to find that.
Yeah, if he could have got that kill and made it his way back around Forklift, that would have at least made it possible.
Still some danger, though. I mean, this is, you have a UMP, you have an M4, and then next to that you have the CZ, you have the Deagle and Breeze. So, even with these smokes, you can delay. You can also, I mean, this might be another round they decide to be aggressive. But they have some tools to work with. Dap's just going to play spot in mid. Doesn't want to commit to any of those fights, especially with the CZ. Popping open the door, trying to find the timing, and Ozza's just too far away. Now he's in the corner, and he just gets straight taken down. But Fugly exposes himself, trying to get the smoke out, and Ethan's just got to be careful. Does pick up the UMP, though.
Yeah, so a little bit of pressure put on. I mean, that's not so bad for NRG. I think it would have been great if they could have made their escape, but ultimately, Not going to happen. I actually thought they were setting up to sort of be flashed into that doorway, but they just ran it.
Yeah. Not really being patient for the flashbangs.
Not big fans early on.
Not known to be flashers. Well,
so maybe they found a new way.
Yeah. All right, well, Renegades stayed spread out for quite some time. Now we start moving. Molotov for the boost just to make sure there's not going to be any kind of a reverse play. And Nifty's going to clear out these corners in mid. So the SMG in middle to lurk up highway. Oh, well, there's going to be 4 players at this A bomb site. There's a stack in the site, 1 at forklift. This is a great read from NRG.
Absolutely. As if Breeze can hit just 1 big shot with his deagle, that is really going to slow things down. There's only 25 seconds as well. They're really trying once, going to stand up again. He's actually keeping them quite occupied, but there's still a guy coming up highway, and that could be the big hit here. Nifty trying to see if he can find his way through. Jacob is going to get 1 kill, following it up again with the FAMAS. He's the only one left in a 1 versus 1, and Suck again is going to be able to do it. Double kill 1 more time. He's going to save them.
What a great read, though, from NRG on the situation, rotating everyone over to that A bomb site, able to have that stack. And even with all the utility, Renegades just couldn't make any progress into the bomb site. There's just too many layers. You see the boost in the site, you think, okay, there's 2 players in the site. Then you see 1 at forklift, and you just really don't expect that 4th player to be there as well. Just so many bodies for NRG at that point of attack. 2 to 1. And we continue to battle for early economic control. It's 3 M4s for NRG, but Renegades likewise have invested into this, 2 AK-47s and the upgraded pistols. Not out of it just yet, but this time Renegades isn't going to mess around spreading across the map. They want to just get right into this B bomb site hit when this smoke clears. Not a whole lot of utility for them. They've got a Molotov. They got 3 smokes and 2 flashes. And to defend this B bomb site, you have Fugly and Cirque.
Yeah, and they were just in a weird position. They kind of still are. It's kind of hard for them to help each other out. Maybe Cirque could throw a really good flashbang to help out Fugly, but otherwise, decent chance that Fugly is going to be playing alone and that Cirque is going to get smoked off, which is not exactly ideal. We'll see how it plays out here with 1 minute and 10 seconds as they start to move forward just ever so slightly. Fugly hoping for that off angle to work. Cirque actually might get peeked really hard. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people waiting. Fugly gets 1. Could have maybe lined up a couple more. He hasn't got the reload in, and Azza will take him down. So, yeah, not sure about that defense at all. Breeze looking to see if he can make his way through that vent, but it hasn't even popped yet, so that's going to be a big signal once he goes. Yeah,
and he's got to know as well the attention is there, that someone is watching that, and I'm not sure if this retake is going to be all that powerful. We'll have to see. Molotov's flashbangs on the side of NRG, but I think they almost want to get 1 more kill before they go for this. They might actually choose to fall back. Another smoke just gets refreshed, so Dap's going to lead the way with the SMG. Flashbang in, here we go. Dap's jumping around the corner. He's got a tag. He's just trying to take attention, and he does his job. There's the flank. Out of the vent is Breeze, and he's frozen JKS in the open. And oh my god, NRG make that look easy. Everyone is eliminated.
I don't think that's supposed to happen, is it?
It's absolutely not supposed to happen, but fair play to Daps. I feel like he just might have even taken his hand off the mouse and just held W while he was blind the whole time. He's just like, everyone look at me, look at me. Allows his teammates the opportunity.
That was, I mean, the downside is NRG keep having to fight their way back into some of these rounds. The good news is that they're actually doing that. So, but it would be even better for them if they could, I mean, now they can have a little bit of breathing space, I suppose.
Yeah, this round is, that round fighting back into it is fine because it was full investment from Renegades. And because NRG wins, now Renegades just has to save. You can't keep up the pressure if you're not ever like gaining money, and you don't do enough damage to the economy to really warrant it. So this is the round for NRG that they need to win clean.
Is it going to be 4 men rushing through the door? 5? Everyone coming through Squeak?
Ooh.
Surely not.
I hope so.
Well, the first 3 are going to try and make their way out. Already taking quite a lot of damage, and Breeze controlling this angle just beautifully. Minimal exposure, getting 2 kills. Fine, giving up the bomb side, that's not the big deal. In fact, the grenade will even stop the bomb from going down. And Nifty, there's not much left to fight for at this point. He's going to be going down. That was great control from Breeze.
That was perfect, yeah. Not overcommitting to that fight as well, and just kind of hiding every once in a while to make sure the aggression, make sure Renegades maybe thinks that he's dropping off and not taking the fight, re-peeking to get a couple easy ones. And you could see NRG was fine to give up that plant. Just because they know no matter what, Renegades is going to be buying next round, so they don't want to overcommit on resources and lose too many players, and then obviously the nade stopping it is just perfect. That's just a little extra bonus. 4-1, NRG looking good to start with. We all forget about that little hiccup in the second round. There we go. Molotov on the boost, and actually that smoke was meant to put it out, but Nifty still takes some damage, down to 68, not too bad. 3 smokes remaining for this offensive side, and they've already got control of the first area of mid. So they can go towards vents, they have access there, they have access underneath boost, and they're going to start pushing towards the sugar cube on highway.
You know, Moses,
Yes.
that little bit of damage from the Molotov doesn't really matter all that much. But I bet you that's what's going to make the difference at the end of the round.
That'll be the thing.
Isn't that always like that?
He'll get dinked by like one of the SMGs and just die.
Yeah. Just one of those things. Well, this is going to be quite... Actually, they might get completely off guard. NRG are in an awful position right now. Seconds away from losing this bomb site. Cirque doing this very best. I mean, 1 kill could have just as well gone down. That was dead on perfect timing from Renegades. What a beautiful call.
It really was. It's unfortunate for that defense that they're choosing to push out, but it also... Ooh, there's some nice spam. That might just get him. 1 HP. You've got to be joking, dude.
Oh, oh my god. The gun one more time.
It's just so triggering.
For the love of God.
Oh, they're going to give it up. Yeah, the timing on that push from Renegades is obviously great. I mean, that NRG defense starting to push out in the worst possible spot, but not very convincing with that kind of aggression.
It's going to require a bit of surgery to get Ustello back on top after that, but I wonder how many bullets hit him, because it's the SMG through the walls. It could take quite a lot of shots.
Quite a lot of punishment.
Yeah.
I think one of the AKs was spamming as well.
Yeah, a little bit, right?
Yeah. Well, nice win from Renegades, keeping 4 players alive as well, taking a lot out of the hands of NRG. They're going to have to reinvest. Breeze can drop over. Wonder if we'll see the AWP. I would imagine we would. And yeah, you can see there, Cirque 7-1. The big thing is the deaths. He's clutched out 2 rounds, a 1 versus 2 in the pistol, and a 1-on-1 later on in the gun rounds.
They need some of that Wakanda healing technology. Do you see Black Panther yet?
I have seen Black Panther.
I was laughing the whole way through.
Why?
Just 'cause it's so funny. Absolutely hilarious. 7th round coming up now. Ooh. Nifty trying to see if he can make his way in. He has a great boost from Breeze and teammate. You still are going to be going down right away. They got the last point of health away from the previous round. I don't all of the rest.
I don't know if they actually saw. Oh, look at this, boosting into the vents, and Fugly's ready for that. I don't know if you still actually spotted that boost coming. It seemed like he was spamming for it. Either way, loses the battle. Nice 2 opening kills from NRG, though, and no ability to respond for Renegades in either one of those situations. This is very nice for Renegades. The AWP hasn't even been involved just yet, but look at Aza trying to make a play. Ethan has no idea. He's turned for a flashbang. Aza could just get a very easy free kill if he knew, and actually might just get one on Breezy right here. Spots the barrel. Oh, he's going to get 2 kills out of this. He's played this perfectly. He can open it. Oh, no! Oh! You hate to see that.
Oh, he bought the ring. He was down on his knees and everything, Moses, and...
Denied?
Absolutely denied. That was shocking. JKS now, I mean, fair play to Azar. I mean, that was a great way to get into a bomb site. That takes some guts to be able to sneak in like that.
Or just desperation. Or desperation when you're down 3 versus 5.
Yeah, same with marriage. Gotta be sometimes. Listen,
I hope your wife doesn't listen to these broadcasts.
Everything rides on the fact that she doesn't. So. Otherwise, she'd know what I was really like, and there's no way that can work out. I've got a fun story about boosting in CT mid there.
All right, I love stories.
We might have to wait because I think they're not going to slow down. I'll bring it up and oh, the grenade! It's going to be right on top, a nuclear bomb right on Renegades, and there's just nothing to recover from at that point in time. Fugly even lining up, I think, a 2-for-1 there, and you still are going to be the last one left. That was very bad.
Yeah, that's painful. I think we have time for your story now, though.
Yes,
that's the benefit.
On the CT side of mid, there was a boost that you could do. There was like a little arrow in the map that allowed you to do like a little pixel boost that would have allowed you to look over the same smoke that gets put up there. And FM Poland does the map. I talk to him sort of on a semi-regular basis about all sorts of things. And
name dropping.
Exactly. And no, I'm about to throw him under the bus.
Okay.
And he asked me, well, you doing any of those Theorycraft videos from my map? Do you anything fun figured out? And I said, I don't know if I should say because you'll probably just remove it. And he was like, no. And then I showed him and he said, oh, that's a huge, we've got to get rid of that. so he removed it before the video. But fair play, it was broken. He did the right thing. I forgive him.
He's done. Oh, Jesus. Did he see him?
He must have.
Oh, he shouldn't have gone back for that next one, though. He got excited. He was feeling good after that kill.
I gotta see. He has to have seen him, otherwise he's clairvoyant. I mean, it doesn't even make any sense, does it?
We've seen crazier things. Pop flash in towards A main. Nifty's blind, takes the timing shot and misses it. They got to be careful about the door. Ozza was there again, and we've seen him punish NRG a number of times. Yeah, Cirque, you get that kill. Just fall back into the smoke, into the bomb site. Keep the 5-on-4. He'll want to challenge one more towards the choke point. Gives himself up. NRG's doing a good job. I mean, they've been pretty proactive on this map from start to finish. I mean, they've done some pop flash peeks in towards A main. They've pushed in the door. They've gone dry in A main. They've pushed out B. So I mean, this is kind of cool. It's got to be worrying if you're Renegades.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You set that trend, and suddenly they have to worry.
Here's the thing, though. Now NRG is just like they're frozen. They're standing in cement. It's dried. They're not moving across the map. Fugly is going to get smoked off. Your only defender is playing outside of this B bomb site, so you're just giving it up for free. You have no chance of a rotate over. Fugly better do something miraculous through the smoke. It's not happening. Ozza gets one kill as Breeze starts to rotate. That is a nice job lurking from Ozza. He's done phenomenal in this role on this map so far to start this game.
Yeah, really solid. A bomb goes down, no problem. A little bit of damage on the Nifty, but looks like they're already ready to give it up, so why not? Don't think there would have been any way to get into it. That was, you know, I was just really excited as well, but they did sort of just freeze with 4 players left alive and with Fugly playing outside with just a flashbang and nothing to really slow them down with.
It felt like they were fine with saying, we're going to retake this B bomb site, and if they come here, we're just going to save our weapons unless Fugly like sprays 1 or 2 down through the smoke, which seems like a silly kind of thing to do when you're in a 4-on-4. You still have a chance to win. So I wish, you know, at some degree you keep up the aggression on the other side of the map. If that's where the majority of your players are going to be, find the information, and then you can kind of choose where to rotate from there. But, you know, you can't complain too much because at least they make the smart decision to save. They do have a really solid economic game plan going on so far in this game. Everyone was over 9K before they bought. I think even, was that Breeze that was at like 13,000? Maybe it was Ethan. I mean, they have just a ton of money.
Good job. Indeed, though. Renegades, 1 kill on JKS, 2 kills on Nifty. It's mainly been the other 3 guys that have put in a little bit of work here, so I think there's still plenty to reach for Renegades. There's still a lot of stuff that they can sort of pull out of the hat here and have functioning for them if they can just get Nifty and JKS to land a couple of good shots in the beginning of the round. They are so ready for this aggression, though. Flashbang, is there going to be one? The smoke, in fact, is going to force them back, and that's a lot of grenades being exchanged outside of the bomb site.
That's a nice Molotov from Nifty, though. That pretty much neutralizes all the utility that was used by NRG. Now they've got to reuse some of the flashbangs, and Nifty's ready for that. I'm not sure. Again, this aggression that NRG keeps up, we've been applauding it, but if you do it every single round, they're going to be prepared. And that time, they obviously knew it was coming. The counter Molotov to stop them from pushing, and then you go for it again when they already have the knowledge of what's coming. So, man advantage for Renegades. Ethan now, just out of necessity, is going to push in towards A main. Sees nobody there.
Yeah, good information at least to have. Cirque and Daps is still playing over here, with Daps able to flash in case he gets rushed down. Problem is, part of that rush might be coming through the vent, so if Cirque is trying to fall back from the initial position, he might get caught. In fact, he's going to push up, gets the one, and it's not bad at all for Daps. It's now just Cirque left inside the bomb site. Great flick, but no, he can't make it back in time, which was the problem that was just briefly discussed. Ethan and Breeze, can they get to this retake 2 versus 3?
I think they'll get close. I think Ethan's going to get close. He's going to let Breeze see what he can find on the flank. And he's going to say, all right, if you get one, then it's on. But if you can't find anything, maybe we just keep him in the bomb site, take all the weapons away. They still have all that money on the NRG side. Distraction here from Ethan. Utility being thrown. Breeze has a smoke and a flash. He's looking for just 1 kill. I don't know if Nifty spotted him. You still hasn't been told yet. There, now the gun barrel shows. Ethan not able to punish, and he's got to get out of there. Peek from the other angle. He's going to win that. Oh, follow-up. 1 on 3, and he's almost got it. Trying to bait out the shot. It's not going to work. Nifty to save the day.
That was huge for Nifty, and we just talked about him not having that many kills. Quad kill in that round. And saving them after they got just a bit too excited. They thought for sure we can. I think it was Jacob inside of the bomb site. They thought we can definitely follow up on this.
Yeah, discipline slipped just a little bit, and they almost get punished for it. I'm interested to see what NRG is going to do to adapt now that their aggressive stuff is not only not yielding any results, any kills for them, it's actually now punishing them. So what kind of a style do they swap up into? They have been the aggressor for about all 10 rounds, really, of this game.
Oh, well.
Special delivery.
Slavadonia, homing hand grenade, right in your face. I feel like a lot of people will have arrived at the Counter-Strike scene kind of after Jacob had his
Yes.
golden period. Is that been?
That was like late 2015.
It was, you know, and I think if somebody could just figure out how to get Jacob to be a functional human being, he's actually an outrageous aimer. It's so crazy what he can do, but he just doesn't always seem to like give him the full effort, you know. But when he does, it's mental.
Ethan's just made noise. They're going to go for this boost. The timing on this. Renegades has had some pretty dirty timings. Now, Ethan made a footstep, so they might know the boost is there. Breeze with the opening kill. They don't realize it. Ethan's going to assassinate 2 from above. Now he's got position inside the door, and he doesn't have to do anything. He can take his hands off the keyboard, and he's already done his job.
Good job for JKS, trying to do some more damage in this round. Nifty actually finding one on Cirque. They're getting a little bit sloppy now, NRG. This is a 2-on-4, but they are now in a 2-on-2 instead. Damps will get one good kill, and Nifty going to fake the bomb and hope that they go for the peek. That door, if it was open the other way, he might have actually been able to spot it out. But 10 seconds left. He's going to try and see if he can find the kill, and he's going to get caught. It's a nice attempt, but even better for Ethan. Triple kill, absolutely worth it.
I got a little bit dicey, though, didn't it?
Yeah.
After Ethan had that position. That was very well done from him on the boost. A nice call from those 2 players at the A-bomb side to get that boost going right at the perfect moment. It was Breeze and Ethan. Breeze even getting the first Ustillo who swings out, and then it's easy from there. And this is just such an awkward position to have to clear. If you're a T side trying to take that A-bomb site, if there's a CT in that door, it's just so uncomfortable. And because Ethan's, I mean, you want to keep talking about his impact, because of those 2 kills he got in that 1 versus 3 previously, it's just got to be a save for Renegades. They could have like forced up if they really wanted, but it would have been very sketchy, and that would have been maybe a nightmare for the rest of the half. These nades in this game for NRG are god tier.
Yeah, they really have been good, and I mean, to try and make it through with no armor and half the team's already been completely exploded. There's not much left. Double kill, Breeze and Ethan, 8-4. It's looking very, very good at the moment here for NRG on the first half, I must say.
Yeah, they're solid. I mean, we've talked about a number of times the kind of growth that you have to have if you're NRG through these lands. They had that great period online where they just qualified for everything. They qualified for Pro League, qualified for ECS, I believe, if I recall correctly, seeing the groups. Qualified for Sydney, Star Ladder. I mean, they kind of made it to everything, and then they're on this streak right now of these LAN and these tournaments. These offline events, and they've struggled in some of them, but it's all about that kind of growth through this period, and they're showing some here. As they seem much more comfortable than what we've seen these past few weeks.
See if they can close out this first half. Good, there's a chance that they could make this like 11-4 if they just find the right rounds. This is obviously the first one that's up. Fugly ready to help out in case they need it inside of the bomb site, where I think Cirque's holding with the AWP. Some attempted mid-control, maybe. There's quite a lot of people here to fight if they need to. On the CT side, that is.
Yeah, Fugly in the vents. Let's swing out. Nice spam from Daps. And yeah, now they're going to come out. When does Fugly pounce? He's got to be very wary of them getting close to the vents. There it is. There's the opening kill. And now they're all coming in. This is a great crunch on mid. Nice coordination from NRG. Showing off in style. And they just wipe out that attack. That is a very beautiful coordinated push.
Yeah, that worked way better than I was expecting.
Yeah, me too. Probably even better than they expect.
But even the first couple of shots for the smoke, just to make sure that Nifty's got to be a bit more careful, and also it just, you know, does slow them down a bit. They're like, oh, you know, what's happening now? And then when they finally come out, there's just so many people there.
Important to note as well, because Chad brought it up on the desk. You know, if there's usually someone to step up, frequently we see it be JKS. With his ability to clutch, and he's another guy who has very, very powerful mechanical aim. He's at 2-11 right now, not having the impact. And if you think to some of these rounds earlier on, Perhaps the biggest impact that Renegades has been on Ozza, and he's playing a more like passive lurking position, which isn't always the great thing. Ustilo as an entry, as more of an entry-oriented player, he's struggling 5 and 11. So NRG having a whale of a time, which means a good time, if you weren't sure. Breeze?
How does that make any sense?
I don't know. Just a saying, Anders.
Yeah, I like to know these things, though. You know.
I'm sure we can Google it after this.
Somebody get the social media team on it.
Someone explained that saying from the first map or the first series.
I'd love it.
Breeze is going to be dueling at long range, but it's Ethan now with an AWP. The double up setup has come out for this defensive side. And that might just be shut down right at the end of this half. He still is going to get into the site again. No worry about the bomb plant. It's not the biggest deal. Just make sure you win the round. They're going to be buying next round no matter what, with the losing bonus would have been at 4, but the extra $100 will help. NRG is just going to have a pretty easy time retaking the bomb site. Just pistols with no armor. Daps going to find that final kill. 10-4 now for NRG. And this has been a spanking.
It has been. Started off light, and now we're getting the big swings in here towards the end. 15th round coming up now, 10-4, and yeah, a little bit of a help with the bomb plant, obviously.
Ooh.
That's not what you want to see.
This NRG team, a lot of the excitement around these guys is some of the young potential of these players, like guys like Breeze, Ethan, and Cirque. And I feel like we don't see it frequently enough, or we haven't seen it at this kind of string of events, this marathon of events that NRG has been on, when Breeze and Ethan have had a good game at the same time. It feels like it's one or the other, usually.
Yeah.
Well, not this time.
Another great peek. He saw the smoke come out. He probably realized that Ustilo was going to be right on that corner, or that somebody would be. Nice little peek coming through. And Cirque actually following up on that with even more aggression, sticking around by Checkered. He's going to put out a counter Molotov to try and buy a little bit of time. Breeze going to pick up one, Fucky with one more, and this is completely collapsing right now for the Renegades team. 2 versus 4, and they're going to be losing Nifty as well. Jacob, see if he could find his way back into the round. 1 versus 3. Flashbang does kind of flash everybody, but I'm not sure that's going to help him out. He will go down to Ethan, and will be 11-4 in favor of NRG. What a great scoreline to begin with here.
19-8 for Breeze, 16-5 for Ethan. That is a dominant first half for NRG. We're going to switch sides, and when Renegades gets to the defense, we'll see how this first map shapes up. Stay tuned.
back, ladies and gentlemen, here. 11-4 in favor of NRG for the first map in the best-of-3 elimination match, and we're on cash. So, quite a good job for NRG, I would say, overall. They're loving life.
That's a really good defensive performance, especially when you consider, I feel like, when we see this map, a lot of teams really struggle to have like solid defenses at times. I think that's still one of those maps that's kind of confusing.
I mean, think about this too. NRG won the pistol. They lost the following, like right afterwards. NRG picked up so Renegades picked up the second round. So you think that was it? That was the start of something big for the Renegades team, and it wasn't.
Well, I mean, think of it this way, right? Cirque in the first 3 rounds had a 1v2 on the pistol and had a 1v1 to re-win that third round to respond immediately. That is a massive way for one of your star players to get you started in that half. And then later on, there's that 4-on-4, almost not impossible, but very difficult retake that NRG pulled off in the B bomb site that they win. So a couple of things earlier on in that half that Renegades does better, and NRG doesn't build up all that money. They don't start kind of going on this huge run. So in one sense, that could have been it almost should have been a much, much closer half, but this is what happens at this level when you make those kinds of mistakes. Yustillo going to turn around. It's a crossfire. Ozzo with 1 kill. Yustillo needs to find that. He is traded off. Now they can try and enter into the site. Daps with some great Glock work.
Oh, nifty. He was just waiting at the barrels the whole time. That's not a lot of time to get that shot on Daps as he's crossing into the bomb side with the bomb as well. Beautiful shot coming out from him. Absolutely great play. And Breeze just going to try and go for the bomb plant here. He is immediately locked in. Everywhere he goes, there's going to be someone waiting for him, and Nifty will get the double. That was a really quick shot from Nifty. I hope we can see it from his point of view.
Crossing over from highway? Yeah, that was nice. That was necessary as well. That gave him the advantage. That meant that they could lock him in. Also, JKS with the follow-up towards Forklift was beautiful as well. That final player. Props to Breeze. Gets aggressive inside the site when he's all alone and forces back any of those Renegades players who want to take the fights just to ensure that he can get the plant. He even adds 1 more kill onto it. So NRG going to have 1 or 2 upgraded pistols, but mostly going to be saving. They want the AKs out in the next round.
Yeah, as they maybe should.
They have a lead, right? Don't risk it too much on these kind of half buys. You want to maximize the rounds you have rifles in your hands.
Exactly right. Nothing comes of the deal shot, and Renegades should not be feeling that much pressure in this round yet. Just no reason to give them a lot of fights. Just pull the bomb sides, play it safe, all that stuff, which is what they're doing.
Which is what they're doing. They do have a little bit of utility. Well, I say a little bit of utility. They have 1 flashbang. So, not really a whole lot. Breeze would be massively helpful to his team if he could find one of these kills. Nifty may be very close to offering himself in mid, so Breeze is going to get more aggressive because he just hasn't seen anything. And Cirque likely there to spot towards that sugar cube to allow Breeze to walk up highway. So that Deagle might have a couple chances to find some kills. Ozzo's going to be in the back in quad. Vent's broken. Seeing if it shifts any of the rotations into the open. But Renegade's not offering anything.
45 seconds. So just keep an eye on the clock if you're Renegades and remember that eventually they're going to have to show up. So not much use in panicking. Breeze has made it really far up highway. So, you know, 1 good timing here against Justillo could be interesting. Unfortunately, he works out the other way. And that pretty much cancels everything out. They needed to get rid of that forklift position. Fugly gets 1 good kill. Actually, Cirque in the middle might have been able to take down JKS. That looked likely. Good round for Renegades, though. I mean, holding on to it.
Here comes the challenge, though. Here comes the AK-47. They're going to have smokes, flashes. They're going to have everything they could possibly want. Cirque will be stuck with just the 1 flashbang. And what does NRG do on this low buy? Obviously going to have a plan for it. And Renegades need to keep up this early momentum. And even if they're to lose this one, they still have money built up. Actually, Nifty just buys that off right at the end, so he's brought down to 150 bucks. They'd still have another buy after this, I would imagine. So I think Renegades just be very cautious to make sure if they lose a round, make sure you call that save quickly. But they're pretty aggressive in mid. Jacob is going to be underneath the boost. Yustillo is there to help distract, and he's actually caught out in the open with an SMG. That would be terrible.
Look at JKS and Azza. Kind of aggressive pushing up like this, but I guess when you got some of the SMGs and everything else, it's kind of nice to put them to a little bit of aggressive use. Actually, they're both M4, sorry, so I guess they're just going to try and see if they can make that work.
It's Yustillo and Jacob. I mean, that's you can call that aggression as well. That's a pretty aggressive way to keep control of this part of the map. But yeah, the big thing for Renegades is they have information now. JKS and Ozza providing a lot, and if the attack goes towards the A bomb site, they can have a very, very fast flank. I don't believe NRG would come back towards this B bomb site. Looks like they're boosting up now. But they've got 2 players very close. Ustilo and Jacob can wipe this out quickly with these SMGs. At this range, that's no joke.
And there are no Molotovs to get rid of in this position either. Ustilo flanking out quite far. Jacob going to pick up one. Trying to get Cirque, but it's going to be an even trade in the middle. A little bit of a hard time for Ustilo to find that kill. And now they're running into the bomb site. Azza is going to be there. Here's the vent pop out. Does a little bit of damage, but he's still going to get overrun. And now JKS, can he get the flank in time? They're going to double up on him too. And Fugly will get the kill. So a 1 versus 2 for Nifty. He could maybe try and go up top to look for a shot for a while.
Yeah, he has maybe 5-10 seconds to find a kill, and then I think he needs to choose to save here. No kit. Even if some of the B defenders had that kit, remember they were pushed out. JKS was over towards Sunroom. Nifty. Yeah, I think this has got to be the call. Preserve the economy. Fight for another day. It's not ideal with this kind of a scoreline, but you just don't have the angle, and the longer you wait, the more this kind of a push comes in. Daps is going to chase him down. Fugly's going to join up with him. Nifty's not out of this just yet, and that's a nice shot. Right at the top of the head, and Fugly, he's up next.
Yeah, if they could get the AWP back, it's definitely worth it. Tries to jump it once, shoulder peek is in. Time's almost running out, but he's on top of the van looking for it. And he's going to get that AWP, that's great. He doesn't actually pick it up, but still, stealing it away from Nifty. That's a huge win. That
is a big, big kill to have. Because I mentioned they would probably buy in this round. It only matters if they really have that AWP. At the moment, all they can really do is 1 M4. The rest would be FAMASs or SMGs. So Renegades might have to make the tough call to kind of do a very small buy here with the upgraded pistol, see what they can get, and then buy in the next round. But these decisions get more and more painful as NRG builds up the score. 12-6. Not a whole lot of mistakes left for Renegades to make.
If they had gone B through the sort of regular B lobby route and sunroom route, then Renegades would have had such a great defense with JKS pushed up that far. But because they came through the vent, they made sure that little strat that they had set up out there didn't really work.
It was that first player they killed was the big frag to that B bomb site coming through vents. Because even going B, right,
yeah,
there was that nasty crossfire set up with Ozza back towards the site, and they had JKS in the sunroom. And if Ozza lives, if he actually survives that engagement, or just falls away quickly, and they try and chase him down, no one's paying attention to JKS, and they can really double team that. Fortunately, it was a very nice job by NRG with some of the trades. Now they're going to be slow and cautious. Dap's going to be coming in, and he's going to peek out. Jacob's gone down. 3 players inside the bomb site still. Use your utility, smoke everything off. Here come the Molotovs. Looks like Dap's little picture-in-picture is just chilling out in the open, and he's still going to push forward and find everybody. Nice flashbangs means that stack doesn't do anything, and even though Ethan goes down, NRG wins the round.
They have such a nice lead right now on the NRG side. They're loving life. We're talking about whether or not it'll be sort of one or the other version of NRG showing up. But right now, they look perfectly ready for this.
Yeah, it's looking like the good version, which has got to be scary for Renegades. NRG, I think this would be we talked about this, I think, on day 1. I think this is like the first big stage they would make if they were to win this series. That's a big step for a young team, and putting themselves in position 13-6 up on map 1.
Yeah. Shout out to NVIDIA for being the graphics platform of StarSeries. Obviously, love that. I think a couple of people, you included, have been talking about Daps as being the potential, I don't know, want to say talent maker, but like someone who can bring someone who's maybe got something into another level. He's
built up a pretty solid resume of like creating teams, getting teams to a certain level, right? In the North American scene, like he gets them to a certain point, and then like they struggle to kind of get past that, yeah, and then they go elsewhere, and then they have some success. But
he never gets any of the credit for it.
Well, that's our job, right? We got to. Oh, that's a missmoke. So shout out Daps for doing that, right? As we're talking about his positives. No, but obviously, like the big one would be that Optic team that went on to win E-League. He was in-game leading that for some time. Nice mid-execute, flashbang, and Nifty's caught, but he finds the follow-up circ in the air. Can do nothing. Smoke goes down. Oh, he gets the leg with a jump. Ethan is forced back. That is a nice sequence from Nifty. Still has to get out of it. Looks like he wants to try and do more instead of escape.
He's feeling it right now. You can sort of tell he wants to stick around just to make all of this work. That was beautiful. That mid-air shot on Cirque as well was really well done.
It's so crazy that he actually hit that. That's wild. Fugly still has a chance, and also, as we usually note in these situations, being that Renegades don't have a lot of money, this would be the first round they've won in 2. Any damage that Fugly does, any kill he gets is very costly.
Just got 45 seconds and hoping that someone would come and find him. And now that he's realizing that's not happening, gonna go look for them instead. It's kind of hard for him to know. Like at this point, I mean, you can't really guess where they're gonna be. So just eventually make up your mind if you want to either save the AK or just run for it.
Well, he's made up his mind. B bomb site we go. Molotov towards up above. That's the only utility he has. No flashbang or nothing to cross with. Oh, missed shot by Nifty, but JKS saves his life. That would have been a big one to get. 13-7. Still cash, I believe, in the NRG side for them to buy here. A couple players right on the edge. May choose to do another half buy just because they have such a big lead. I think that's what's going to come out as Deagles. Oh, no, they're going to go for the whole thing. They won it all. 22-12 for Breeze. Ethan and Fugly are next up with 16 each.
Yeah, big kill lead right now for NRG, which is maybe not too surprising. But Renegades, you'd win this round 13-8, then yeah, build an economy. It can definitely be done. Renegades are not out of this this first map yet, by any means. There's a lot of utility, in fact, on NRG, in spite of the weapons not being all that great. So, see what they could do.
I think Cirque could have gone to an AK-47, but he wouldn't have had any nades. This way, he drops down to CZ. He can get some utility, and he saves about $1,000 for an AWP in the future. Long-term thinking. So 2 AKs, one's on Fugly, one's on Ethan. Fugly's got his far, far back, so he wants to come in a little bit late and allow those pistols to try and find the openings. Jacob is rotating up highway. It's a nice nade. They're looking for some counter utility, I would imagine. It's not coming out, so here comes the follow-up. Ustillo going to be forced into the open. He's burning. He's brought down to half HP. Alzo's going to be smoked off. This is a very comprehensive hit, but Alzo's going to jump up anyways, and he's going to mop them all up. He's done great damage on the Daps as well.
They actually smoked the top of red container. I mean, they don't get any kills, but that's quite interesting.
Yeah, that is. You don't normally do that, do you?
No, like definitely not, right? And you have to be quite sure that someone's going to be there for it to be worth it.
They do have Imrapet, who's, I mean, he's got that reputation of being someone who heavily looks into their opponent, so obviously maybe with that knowledge is just also saying it's a pretty desperate situation as well, isn't it, with the CZs, so smoke it off and just make sure you can try and get into the bomb site. It seemed like that smoke actually helped Ozza, though, kind of masked his play on top of Red Box, and NRG wasn't expecting that to come out.
Yeah, you gotta maybe communicate and make sure that someone's watching it, because it's true, it did help him out in that scenario. Regardless, I mean, they also didn't get any entries, so it's kind of hard to tell what would have happened if it had worked a little bit better. Nifty gonna have a chance to play the firing range, shooting gallery a little bit here in the middle. Actually just gets the one. I think he was feeling it, so just wanted to take the fight. Didn't really work out in his favor, and now they at least have the AWP on Daps. Very low on health, all of them. I think Daps took a... They were hit a grenade, I think, landed at his feet. With no armor, that's going to do a lot of damage. So, they only lose Nifty. No problem for Renegades whatsoever. 9-13.
Now we start getting close. Now it's within striking distance for Renegades. So if you're NRG, it's kind of, you had that big lead, and you're kind of slowly watching it disappear. And at a certain point, you have to put your foot down, and you have to kind of zone back in and just close out this game. 3 more rounds for them to take map 1. Renegades with 3 rounds in a row. The biggest streak they've had in this game so far, these 3 rounds.
Yeah, well, that's a little bit crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not ideal. You'd like to have 3 rounds in a row previously in that first half. Never happened. They got to 2. 3 players over towards the B bomb site. All 3 players in checkers as well. That's kind of dangerous, but they're going to push out with it. So Jacob and JKS, they want to take matters into their own hands. They're at that first box. Daps hears all the utility being used. He sees the smoke. He sees the spam. He's got Fugly here as well. And Renegade's just going to fall away. So they put up that smoke just to kind of, at this point, it's just a distraction. And maybe someone gets baited into Nifty's op.
Yeah, and NRG are actually going to give up on having anyone watch that side of the map, which I would have thought would have been a little bit risky. You don't know what's behind the smoke. Could be someone, you know, pushed up. Maybe someone's gonna sort of hear you fall back, but they don't care at this point. Looks like they're going to go quite heavy out main, and then maybe breeze there towards the squeak door. There is a great defense right now on the A-bomb side, though, and are they turning around?
Yeah, that follow-up smoke really threw them off. That was the timing they wanted to hit, was when that first smoke would disappear. And I think now that the second smoke has popped up, they don't want to sit behind it for like 17 seconds and just do absolutely nothing. Kind of shows their hand. So they want to readjust the point of their attack. They're still going to come through A main, but it gives them the time to put 3 players coming up highway now. And here we go, 28 seconds left, and here's the hit.
Can they hold it? Jacob going to peek out Justillo. In fact, getting the first kill. He's going to go down. Jacob with 1 before he gets flanked. Quick in by Breeze. That's a pretty good job. Still a 2-on-3. Breeze doing even more now. That headshot at the end before he even goes for the bomb plant is absolutely huge. It's going to be a 2-on-2. See if they can hold on to it. Molotov on JKS. If he gets into the right position, could be forcing Ethan out of that back line. That's exactly what he's going to try and do. Molotov in, grenade. If he falls out, he runs right into the HE. That's a pretty good job overall. A little bit of damage just dished out there. And Nifty going to be taking care of Ethan. Breeze, can he really hold it back on his own? He's already trying to get the 1 kill, realizing gets the headshot, turning around. And Nifty right on top.
Oh.
Breeze going to be able to do it. That's brilliant. Quad kill for him. Locked in behind the box. That was his 26th kill.
That's an unbelievable Herculean effort out of Breeze. From opening things up, from really just pulling them up by their bootstraps in that round. Renegades was destroying them. And NRG, I mean, just because of Breeze's openings, and you know, when you get into a situation like that, if you're NRG, that's who you want alive, is Breeze and Ethan. 2 stars, maybe Cirque if he had the AWP, but Breeze does that perfectly, managing the different angles. Even the player in the bomb site, you could hear the click of his ammo running low. He didn't have a whole lot of time to hit that shot. And that might be the dagger, Anders. 14-9. There's still money enough for a purchase on the Renegade side, but that one stings.
Yeah, they must have been feeling like that was great.
For a team that no longer has, you know, Kassad behind him at this event, who is kind of a, you know, one of the emotional leaders of the team, for a team that really doesn't have an emotional leader anymore at this point, that has always struggled with that aspect of the game, that's going to cause some silence. And the silence is deafening.
Yeah, you don't want that in Counter-Strike, do you?
No.
Can I be honest? I miss Kassad just for the emotion.
Listen, every once in a while you need someone who's willing to take off the belt and teach some lessons.
That's exactly right, Moses. You got that perfect. Cirque is holding the B bomb site from T-spawn.
Ooh, that's a nice nade. Stillo down to 58. Daps with just a pistol. They do have money. I think that's a... Actually, no, Daps is down to 0. Maybe dropped a gun over. So even in victory, the money for NRG is not great.
Slow start to this round. NRG spending the first 20 seconds just making sure that there are no weird pushes, either from Squeak Door, where Breeze is holding, or Cirque holding B. So just checking that out. And they must be feeling relatively sure by now that that's not happening.
Relatively sure. Nifty with that op in middle. Yeah, NRG being very cautious in this round. I think they realize, like, well, that previous clutch might be like a, you know, the dagger that puts them right there at the finish line. They really need to kind of, you know, they need to solidify it with 2 wins in a row. Take all the money away. Renegades is at their last penny in this round. 4 players going to be coming from B main. There's no one coming through vents. That's a nice dink onto Ethan, though. Jacob's been spotted out. Pop flash. Pika was a follow-up as well. He does find that kill. Now the game is up. Now Renegades knows exactly what's coming.
And they're slowing down just a little bit. That allows for Renegades to get a little bit closer, though. That Molotov is really important. And JKS trying to play on top of the smoke. He wants to be a little bit proactive, which is a great idea. Picking up the kill. It's only 11 seconds now as they try and get onto the bomb. And JKS holding it tight. Big double kill for him. That is good news. Yeah, there's nothing they could do now. Getting the kill is fine, but they can't find JKS in the last second. He's going to win the round just by being alive. That is really, really smart from JKS to play on top of that box. and not just sort of stay hidden inside the bomb site.
What scared me the most is Nifty was the next rotator for Renegades, and he was actually staying far, far back at the base of that ramp with a flashbang out. He was meant to pop flash at a timing when it was called for based off the audio cues. And it never really happened because NRG kind of stopped their hit for a moment just to line up the rest of the smokes and Molotovs. So it's kind of dangerous that he wasn't close by. The Molotov would force him out of the fight anyways. 14-10, the big thing is NRG, even in a loss, they do wipe out everyone on the defensive side. They get all 5 kills, which means even though their money is low, they're still going to buy in this round. They know it's still at that reset point. Keep the pressure on. Continue to do damage. Build up the losing bonus and get plants if needed. But that was a desperate hold from Renegades that just barely worked out.
Hard game it's been early on here. First map for Renegades. It really doesn't mean they can't come back and do this. If they win this round now, Renegades will be NRG will be completely out of money, and it'll be like, what, 13, 14 at that point? So just one round here would have a fairly big impact, I think, before, well, maybe they might just keep forcing it on the NRG side, but to have like a really good buy, take a little while. And it feels like let's see if Breeze is going to be moving back in for one of those smokes towards the MBK corner. Could be. They certainly have the other one on Cirque. So yeah, they could try for an execute here if they want to.
They have the advantage of the AWP. They can really try and unleash Cirque upon this, see if he can find a pick into this bomb site. Not doing it just yet. Looks like Nifty's going to get close up towards Amy. They're going to pop flash peek. Ethan's turned into the wall for this. Here comes the flashbang from Ozza. The peek. Daps is going to be blind. Ethan spins. He's got to cover. He's got to find that kill, but it's... Actually, he does do it. That works perfectly. Now the pistol comes out. Daps leading the way, and he's helping Ethan even more. And there goes the third defender. Hey, bomb site just gets overrun and obliterated. Really nice job from Ethan. That turn after the flashbang, it's exactly how you're designed to do that.
We talk about it sometimes, but this time we got to see it perfectly. That was a friendly grenade. That
bounced off the wall.
Bungled, yeah, and landed right at the feet of Jacob.
That would have been great.
That would have been a good way to...
I would have just started laughing. That is actually exactly what I think I needed at that moment. Didn't happen, of course.
It's got the... Just the scare. Got to be careful. I wonder how... Do they practice that in the military? Grenade throwing? Or do they just sort of wing it when they get to the front line?
Pretty sure you got to practice something like that. I'd want to practice something like that.
Yeah.
I'd want the people next to me to have practiced something like that, I think.
How hard can it be, Moses?
I think you'd be surprised.
We'll find out. 15-10 though. One more round for NRG. And they're going to walk away with the first map.
Yeah, they have a really good chance to do it as well. This is going to be force up whatever Renegades can scrounge together. It's just going to be the pistols. One FAMAS on JKS. Nifty's not going to have that op.
What's failing in the Renegades defense right now? Like, what's the major thing that we could take away from this, or is it just the economy that's ruining them?
I think mostly it was the economy. If you look at it kind of earlier, obviously, like when you only get 4 rounds in that first half, you don't have a whole lot of time. Like they got reset once, and that pretty much is almost like the end of the game. And they've just kind of been getting battered, and that time, obviously, a very nice... It's a good idea. I like that kind of pop flash peek, but obviously Ethan just plays it so perfectly. What happens after that is just players missing their shots. You have someone at long range that gets dinked by the P250, unable to complete that kill. You still can't find anything. He's left alone at NBK corner. So, I mean, just an all-around collapse stage by stage of that defense. And running through a smoke, not the best idea. We've seen NRG take these rounds so slow up until this point, and now they're just getting beaten up. Against pistols coming through the smoke, and the CZ's reign supreme. Nifty's getting forced back now. But NRG with a 3-on-5.
Yeah, that's upsetting. Just completely getting run down. The quick push from Renegades towards the T side of middle, catching 2 people. See if they can make these AKs and the M4 work. If they're given a couple of fights here, I mean, if Justillo or somebody else goes for a little bit too much of a peek, certainly realizes somebody's there, going to be smoking it off instead. And no fight happening just yet.
Dap's going to boost up his teammate. Fugly going to come out towards mid. Nifty's still here. They don't have a Molotov for the sandbags. He's being diligent, clearing underneath him. Now holding Nifty pinned down for that peek. 35 seconds left, and I think at some point, with a 5-on-3, you might see one of these pistols start pushing for a flank. Fugly, he does find Nifty, but not exactly how he wanted that to go. Headshot from Nifty. Oh, that's a nice follow-up with the flashbang. Wasn't even blind, but Nifty gets the kill too quickly. And Daps with a couple right at the end, and there's no chance of him winning. 15 seconds on the clock. The bomb is down deep into mid. Even Jacob has rotated over. He's going to save the AWP for the next round. There is money on the NRG side, so they will be buying again. They have another chance at it. And I think we'll see him slow down one more time.
What a joy, though, to see Nifty pull off that kind of a round.
Yeah, it was great.
That makes all of us happy. Just that's the kind of Counter-Strike we like to see every once in a while.
He has, I mean, we all know that he has one of the most dominant map performances, I think, we've ever seen in Counter-Strike history.
Yeah.
That game from Sydney on Inferno when he got those 50,
I think
he got 50 kills. But it was like his record in rounds they won was like something like 46-5. That's so mental.
Yeah, they need him, that version of Nifty back right now.
Well, even the one, think back to when he first kind of started really catching eyes when what was it when NAF was on the team, and they went out and won the Asian minor, they went out and won a tournament out there as well against Virtus Pro. They need that Nifty as well.
Well, let's just see what we're going to get here. Still 4 more rounds to go for Renegades if they want to get into that overtime. Him and Azza right now, and then I guess Jacob at 17, so they're starting to really catch up. They're really coming alive now. The AW was saved for NRG in the previous round, so Cirque can get a chance to see if he can save them one more time, do a little bit more.
These two teams have traded rounds for the past 5. It's been back and forth. No one giving anything up. And in this round with just the pistols around the AWP, you almost have to let Cirque kind of have some freedom. Let him go take whatever pick he wants. Do the buddy system, so he's always got someone there to boost or flash or take a bullet for him if need be. But it's Cirque's time to shine, and that would have been a great start. He had the opportunity he wanted, but missed chance.
That boost in the corner is going to be very hard to stop if you have pistols.
It is like the whole shooting fish in a barrel type thing, isn't it?
Yeah, really tricky because it doesn't go through the box all that much. Like if you had an AK-47, you could at least miss some bullets and they might still connect on the other side. But the pistols are going to be stopped a bit more. Cirque waiting, hoping that someone's going to slide up there and go for a peek. So it's not that far off doing it. Just needs a chance here. We're all waiting for it, Azza.
Please, just do it once, just for good measure, just to let us see what it's like. Dap's going to fall away. Flashbang from him. Some kind of pressure. They've pulled the attention of Nifty. Now they need to go towards the A-bomb site. With Daps down, they have to hit this. There's the boost. It goes down. It's not effective, and actually Fugly can make this work coming up highway. They found their way. There's Cirque responding with the op, and oh my god, NRG has put themselves into the bomb site, and Cirque, more importantly, has the angle at the forklift.
This is kind of devastating. There is a Molotov on Jacob. Maybe they can find a way to use it in a good way, but just goes right in the back, and Fugly's going to make his way out. Still alive, 3-on-3. Renegades of all arounds they could lose. Certainly losing like this would be a little bit devastating. Circus there, and it almost is a double. He goes for the wide peak. It's one more shot. Triple now, almost a flick to end the game here, but JKS is in so much trouble. This from us is not the best weapon to try and do this. He's getting up on the box, but has to fall back down swiftly afterwards, and Ethan will take him down. NRG to pick it up, 16-11, and a great performance from them. Cirque right at the end with the triple. How many kills did he get?
3 total overall.
Yeah.
Cirque was at not the greatest game. It was 18-14, so not bad. I mean, the big thing, Breeze is obviously going to be the star of that game, right?
Yeah.
28 kills, I believe it was 29.
29, yeah.
He was phenomenal in the first half, carried it over to the second half when needed, but really cool to see, NRG be able to kind of call that tactic at the end. They have the op on Cirque. It's like his weapon. He's been phenomenal with the op ever since he joined this team. And just saying, that's the only weapon. We're going to give you the chance to do it, and he delivers. He misses the initial shot, but Daps does just enough of a distraction over towards the B-bomb site just to pull Nifty maybe 3 steps in the other direction, and that's all they needed. Obviously, again, that A-bomb site, like those initial defenders need to be able to find that first 1 or 2 kills. You can't just die to the pistols like that. The boost wasn't nearly as effective as it should have been, as we thought it would be.
Yeah. What a crazy beginning to the best of 3. Again, it's another elimination match, so there's chance that you get to go home, which is not what you want.
Why'd you say it like that?
Yeah, that I
Chance
know.
everyone gets to go home.
Just dreaming.